Welcome to QSJ Radio, digging up the underground.
Out here, scrambling in the streets is so severe. Playing a game, the rules ain't clear. Smoke and mirrors, intense fog out here. Hard to decipher friends from foes out here. Nobody stacking, everybody buying clothes out here. You can never be king without pawns out here. Move with money or enforce fear. Money and power bring respect out here. Wealth is measured by your whips out here. Navigate wisely when you move out here. Your brains is splattered like noodles out here.
I see you pitching from the curb, hustling for your needs, sipping on brews, spitting sunflower seeds.
Welcome, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world that you are in listening to us. Thank you so much. This is QSJ Radio's MadLuh, digging up the underground. Today we are welcoming this story behind the artist Rodis. Chicago hip-hop veteran, independent grind, raw lyricism, decades in the game, and a new chapter just beginning. From the shy to global stage, we walk through his past, his present, and his vision for the future and how he stays true while evolving. Rodis, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I appreciate it.
You know, Rodis, like, for people who are watching us right now, they know that you got a podcast in the background. So
yeah, I do.
We're definitely going to plug that in for you. For those who don't know, Rodis is a host of the Rodis podcast, available at wherever podcasts are. But I want to talk about certain things that are, coming up. Coming from Chi-Town, Chicago, for those who don't know, and have been active for years now. Can you take us back to the moment that you knew you had to pick up the mic and what the city was like for you then?
Yeah, I knew I had to pick up the mic when I could not be a member of New Edition. That's when I knew I had to pick up the mic.
Stop playing.
Yeah, when I came to the realization that I was not going to be a member of New Edition, that's when I picked up the mic.
Yo, bro, that's a reality stick. Oh my God. On your site, and of course we talked about this in the background. You mentioned that your fourth solo album, Rodis, is featuring names like we talked about, Cormega and Fashawn. How do those collaborations come about, and what did each bring to the project for you?
So, I met Cormega on his website. Cormega, he had a site called Cormega Central, and we used to chat over the internet, like, and he said, "Hey, I'm coming to Chicago. I got a show." I think this was around the time that the Born and Raised album came out.
Okay.
And you know how artists need support and people to come out like that?
Yeah.
I got a gang of people to come through. So, like, when we actually met in person, it's like we already knew each other from, talking online. So, long story short, we developed a relationship, and I posted my song Sunflower Seeds, the video, I posted it on Twitter, and he was like, yo, this dope.
You know what's
You know,
crazy is that that's the song we started it off with, because I
yeah, he was,
wanted people to understand that this is something that has history. So right now, the song is about what, like 10 years
mm-hmm,
old, something like that. Yeah.
mm-hmm. He was like, yo, this dope. I want to be on your album. I was like, what? And so, I couldn't find any beats at the time that he liked. So he was like, don't worry about it. We'll get it done. So as a consolation, I had this posse cat, from that particular album, and, I wound up, getting Nature on the song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Stop.
Mhm. Mhm. And
Stop.
then Cormaga was like, "Yo, we gonna get it done. Just send me a beat that I like," and I found the one for the edge, and we rocked out, and that's it.
The crazy thing is, a lot of people get collaborations, and usually that has to do with a lot of like transactions. And I think you was getting it off of, being cool, and which is really dope, because that could say a lot, because Cormega is like legendary, of
Yeah,
course. So in
yeah.
the end of God,
Good energy, and
oh
reciprocity is real. You know.
yeah. The independent hustle is like basically a story. What has been the biggest challenges and the biggest rewards of doing it your way? Because it's obviously you not reaching out to a major label. You've done it independent for this long and have been successful.
Yeah. Not that I didn't get offers, but
Okay.
the money not right. Um, I'm not willing to sacrifice like my creativity or compromise my integrity to do something that I wouldn't normally do. I would rather work a little harder and have a bigger reward than to compromise my integrity and lose ownership of my craft. But I starting out initially, I always heard about people signing bad deals and everything. So I educated myself early on publishing, how to start your own label, how to get those royalties every quarter, how to get paid for a show, mechanical royalties and all of that, you know?
Yeah.
And just talking to local artists and going to shows, seeing artists that you see on the TV every day, and when you do a show with them, they fucked up,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Because they basically doing all that for free. That's how it feels. A lot of people don't get that when these guys are on tour, unless they got recent years, unless you got a really big following. Your merch will sell out. They'll get something. But even in that, people have gotten into I'm sure you heard about the 360s,
yeah.
and they take money from that too. So it's crazy, because most of my this whole thing is because there was a roadblock in my artistry days,
Mm-hmm.
that things started getting expensive and weird. And what I mean by that is, in order to get on that stage, I had to like give up my rent. Like, that's how I felt. And in order to get next to that person, it was a transaction, and it's never even a talk. It's just to get on a track with somebody, or trying to boost up your own popularity. Even cosigns. Cosigns
Mm-hmm.
started getting really expensive. And we that's what we built this off of. And it sounds like it's kind of almost the road you took. Um but in a way, kind of like it's kind of like you did not like purposely. You did this, continued your artistry. I stopped, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stopped
Mm-hmm.
and I try to find another way, like another way, meaning like I'd be in the studio with people, but I'm not trying to get on a track.
Right.
I'm trying to get these interviews, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
I'd be behind in the stages. What was it then that you knew that okay, like I could still do this. I could still do this unsigned. It's gonna be. I know what the heartaches are looking like, but what because there's more heartache in the unsigned world than it is in the world we don't know. What kept you motivated?
So I read this book like when I was setting up my company, like in my LLC, my articles of incorporation, my business address and everything before the internet, and I was kind of business savvy anyway. I wanted everything in place where I wouldn't be able to lose any money that I invested.
Mm,
You're gonna lose some, but just lose a little money and not be robbed. So I got this book called Making It in the Music Business, and it showed me because wasn't no internet out. No internet out. So I learned a lot from getting a consultation from a music attorney.
okay.
They told me everything that I needed to do, and the Making It in the Music Business book was like, you could go to disc makers and get CDs pressed, tapes pressed. And then, when I hooked up with them, they was like, oh, you could get posters and stuff. So what I did was I used the resources that I had. I'm like, well, I could get posters and stickers and all of that here at home. So I could save money on shipping, right?
Mm,
And this makers, they was on point with everything. And at the time, they had just hooked up with CD Baby.
yeah. Oh,
Shout out to CD
yeah.
Baby
Shout out to
and
them.
um Derek Silvers. We started together. I made a lot of money with CD Baby. They helped me a lot.
And for those who don't know, cdbaby.com has been around. I mean, I'm gonna say 20 plus years,
Since 98.
and they have been just like a go-to innovation type of site for artists for a long time. There's no there's a lot of information there, but nobody's trying to be your manager, right? That's where a lot of other sites kind of like try to do for a lot of artists. Reverb Nation, a whole bunch of other people try to take full advantage of the psyche of the unsigned artists, and that's why they come and go, because it just becomes a scheme, a play on games. But CD Baby's been out there, and it's basically, if you're an unsigned artist now, use those sites that have been around. There's a reason that they are still around, and being innovative. A lot of the major people have taken ideas from these guys. So before we get into something else, I wanted to dive into your podcast. I want to get people to understand The Edge, the song that you got together with Cormega through being cool with each other. You know what I mean? Not on some other stuff. And if there is, and if there was, y'all still cool peoples, and that's what
Right.
really matters. Because at the end of the day, is it really a business transaction or is it a friendship transaction? At the end of the day.
So I understand that he providing a service for me, and I I paid for the verse, but I didn't get hit over the head
Mm.
for the price of the verse.
So yeah, you know, and it's all good because a lot of people don't want to do that, right? They don't want to say that this happened kind of naturally, right? It's like, bro, like, yeah, stop playing. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way, you know. But here it is. We're gonna take a little break. We got Rodis in here. While you guys are here, make sure you guys go follow Rodis Hunt all over the place. Instagram, Twitter. Go follow the podcast, Rodis Live Podcast. But here it is, The Edge featuring Core Mega on QSJRadio.com.
We can talk.
Love is love, hate is your fate in my palm with rubber gloves. Just because you didn't know what it was, ain't what you wanted. The devil played you, now angels are coming for you, thinking you can stop me, but you incapable of it. I'm plotting on making money in the greater abundance and keeping my circle tight, no infiltrators among me. Only love and loyalty is royalty, even the queen go to war for me. If it's on
You can find that all over the place. It's literally all over the place. Because why wouldn't it be, right? Big shout out to everybody listening. We got Rodis in the building. Shot-Town's own. We did talk about his early upcomings and his strive not only to educate himself, but I think I want to dive into the Rodis Live podcast because I think not only does it dive into hip hop culture and entrepreneurship, there's a core indie music kind of thing going on there. And how has hosting shaped or changed you as like an artist?
So I started the podcast like out of necessity because during the pandemic, couldn't do no shows. I still gotta keep in contact with my audience. And starting a podcast, it actually helped me grow my audience. So all my emails from my fans and stuff from that I got from my website, I let them know, hey, I'm starting a podcast. I did a press release and then it was on. But I started it to like talk to my fans and also help independent artists, help entrepreneurs, you know? Tell people things about urban culture that's like myths, you know?
Yeah. Big shout out to that, man. You know, one of the key things that we do here at QSJ Radio is kind of like tell people there's other ways to make it. There's other ways. You don't have to you know, right now everybody's like, yeah, you know, you might as well call yourself a content creator. Get out there, get the videos out, do the skits, all this other stuff. Basically that's still only one way to make it. Right? There's only one way. I see the flicks going on. I see this, I see that. And it's working for certain people. That shit don't work for everybody.
It don't work for everybody because some people they know what's real. Like I come from an era of being outside. It's nothing that a content creator could tell me about a relationship because they don't have to deal with my wife. None of those things apply to my wife. Like, for example, this content creator, he was like, okay, you come home, it's garbage, it's dishes, you hungry, what are you doing? I said, I'm washing the dishes, I'm emptying the garbage, I'm cooking, I'm picking up the phone to ask my wife if she wants something. What you mean what I'm doing?
Exactly.
I mean, ain't looking at it.
It's so crazy because I be sitting here and I'm like, man, these guys is like, they really like are disconnected from humanity. And I want to believe that your love song is real, right? I want to do that. I want to believe that whatever struggles you had are real. But I'm starting to believe that that's BS. I'm starting to believe that it's BS. And then when people look, not a lot of people look too deep into it, right? So obviously a song is relatable to somebody and then they're gonna be popping. And sometimes it does take that stupid ass post to get you popping. But you know, from as you're saying, we coming from a time frame where outside is that's exactly what it is. Like people know you from outside. You would not believe, Rodis, how many times I go outside and I tell people that I got a podcast and they don't know. And these are like people that I'm cool with. You know, like these are people, and it's I don't rock a shirt that says my podcast. I don't go outside like a brand. And I tell people that all the time, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't have to do that all the time. I feel like I gotta keep something to myself,
Exactly.
and that's what I feel. But a lot of these cats that they're doing this thing. I wanna talk about this album, Rodes, all capitalized, Rodes. You produce tracks with names like Ben Malik, Swiss Boy, the Cypher Beats. You know, I know about the Decipher Beats. Tell us how you chose your producers and how you make those choices to make these songs.
So what I did first was I was like, man, I want to get all the features out of the way because I don't want nobody holding up my project. And if I'm
Oh,
going,
damn, that's crazy. So you worked on the features first,
yeah,
so you could, focus on. Oh, that's dope.
so I could bang out. So when I was doing the features, everybody that I work with, they helped me. They made me rise to the occasion, and I like that. So I was like, okay, let me listen to these joints. Okay, this is gonna be an intro right here. What's missing from the album? Okay, let me do a story right here. Let me get a little personal and write this story about my sister, how how much she means to me and how cool she is. Okay, let me put this banger right here. I'm from the city. Everybody, I'm one of those artists that everybody knew about. People give you your props and your flowers in private, but
Yeah.
they don't want to say it. But I've been in the game. I don't worry about that. I'm just gonna let the music speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I just built around the features. Yeah.
Big shout out to that. Wow, that's crazy. Built around the features. Usually it's like you want to add something, add oh, I could do something with this person. I got the capabilities of getting that person on my thing. But he was like, nah, like let me just, because it does make sense. A lot of people, quote unquote, push back because they're expecting other people to come through on a project.
That.
Yeah,
Ooh, so I
nah,
don't mean to cut you off,
yeah.
Dave. I had an experience where I was waiting for one artist almost like 2 years because he was
Stop.
having technical problems recording the verse. Yeah,
2 years?
2 years. So I was like,
You ain't
look,
never thought like, yo, they ain't even want to be on the track? Like,
no. So he kept sending it, the exchange.
oh,
I'm like, it's messed up. So I was like, man, let me slide over there. When I come to your state, we just gonna knock it out there. And then when we was at his studio, we found out that he had some type of faulty chord that
oh,
kept messing up the verse. It was
wow.
creating feedback. So when he sent it back, it wouldn't be right.
Big shout out to everybody listening. If you guys are just tuning in, which I just saw my boy Rosin. What up, Rosin? Welcome to the chat. I'm talking to Rodis from
What's poppin'?
from the Roddest Live podcast, and also a Chi-Town artist that's been doing it for a few decades. And I want to talk about the decades because things change. You talked about earlier,
Yes.
like you outside, and those experiences cannot deal with wifey, right? That's a whole sentence in its own. I'm probably wasn't that deep, but I be thinking deep like that sometimes, where it's like from my come up, I'm able to deal with the situations I'm in now versus if I was put in this situation now without the come up, I probably wouldn't know where I would be. And looking at your lyrical themes is growth, development, reflection. What life event or turning point created the biggest shift on how you write or how you show up?
I gotta give it to my mom. Like my mom, she was the type of person like if I did anything wrong, it was consequences and repercussions. Like she'd give me warnings, and I still do whatever I'm doing. She like, look, you gonna be in this room for 10 weeks, no TV,
Oh my.
no radio, no outside. You eat by yourself. Cause the way you gonna be in jail. You just gonna be with other dummies with you, you know? So I learned like, it made me wise. I got discernment from that, and I could see mess a mile away. And then also like being outside, dealing with the mom and pop stores and seeing other artists there, and people like Georgia's Music Room. You know, it's different when you gotta do all the foot traction yourself. Now we doing foot traction now in this current era, but you don't have to leave home for a lot of things.
Yeah.
And what a lot of artists don't know is the new hustle that's been a hustle is hustling other artists.
Oh.
It's hustling other
Why you
artists.
hit him like that?
Yes.
Why you hit him like that? It's been
And I
out
could
though.
see it a mile away.
It's been out. It's been out. Man, it's been out. And if you guys don't know, let's just keep it clear. Somebody's expecting come through, and they want a cash app, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they about to come through, and they want more cash app.
Mm-hmm.
Then they at the door, they don't want to come inside until they get more cash app. Like it is literally part of that kind of situation. And also, I think one of the things is clout chasing.
Yeah, so this is how they take advantage of artists. They prey on your ambition. You know, once they find out what you need or what you're looking for more than anything, they prey on that. So for example, I had somebody try to get me when I came out with my third album. I'm making my rounds, I'm going out of town doing shows, and of course everything is on social media. So they watching the moves that you making. So they trying to find a way to see where they could get in. Oh, hey, I'm gonna get you on Hot 97. Shout out to Hot 97. You know, I've been in the game a while. I know Hot 97 don't have rappers up there on Sunday.
No, they don't.
Hey, I can show Jay-Z and Oprah. Well, why are you talking to me? Why? Why are you talking to me? Hey, don't pay for no studio time. We gonna get the label. I'm like, what? Everything that I already got set up, I'm doing it. You don't control no motion over here. I got 3 shows that's better pay me good money. I'm doing them shows.
Let me since we talking about that subject, I want to go to a website real quick. Me and you are on screen with the website. I'm gonna show you. Well, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to go off of this and you let me know how you feel about this, right?
Okay.
All right. So one of them, this is why do musicians and rappers fall for music industry scams? First thing is exactly what Rada said. They're going to prey on you. They know that you out here and you're trying to create something out of this music living, and the next thing you know, it's not even that serious, right? It's all about bread. If an artist wants a show, they're gonna do anything possible to get a show. And one of the craziest schemes that's been out there for a long time is paying to perform. Okay. Now, I got a lot of people that made a lot of money doing that. I'm not gonna hate on their grind, but at the end of the day, what has that produced for artists through these years? Nothing. You can't get them there. All right. So one of the things, let me elaborate this, and then we're gonna go into a situation, and you let me know if you went through this yourself or what have you seen come out of this. The first thing, the problem with unsigned artists, and it's crazy because I'm looking at an article that's probably over 15 years old right now. The problem with the unsigned artists, they fail to realize that there is no cost associated with every service. So what does that mean? If you're trying to get promotion, it's going to cost. If you're trying to go viral, it's going to cost. Because if you're not viral on your own, you're going to pay somebody to make you look like you need to go viral. That's how that goes, okay? They fail to accept that there's no shortcuts to fame and fortune. You got to be on the grind. You got to go outside. You got to, it's cool to be Facebook famous, but after that, it starts drying out, and now you got to try to get somewhere else. You could switch social medias, but it's going to do the same exact thing. Most of the time, the same fans are going to show up anyway. So you're just going to see everything pop off. The follows will probably be the same, probably be more. And then, that's why people start, thinking of going to the next social media, because that's where everybody's at. But if it didn't work on the first social media, what the fuck makes you think it's going to work somewhere else? Right? They think that their talent is at a high level than it actually is. Listen, not for nothing, your bars is trash. Okay? Nobody's talking about warm socks. Nobody's talking about smelling like onion dip, and nobody's doing any of that unless it's parody, because there is a audience for that. Unless you're talking about something crazy and you found the audience, nobody's gonna believe. And not only that, you got to understand what broadcast ready means. Broadcast ready means that if not like us on the internet playing your stuff. People at those big conglomerates, those was it Clear Channel, iHeart, Odyssey, all those people, if they're DJs, especially their sound engineer, they got to do too much to your song, you might as well just stop. And first of all, how are you going to get all the way over there? Most of the time, those DJs that got access to that are hustling you anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, and K-Slay, rest in peace, my dude. But he was the biggest hustler to artists in history. And I had beef with him until the day he died. I didn't want him to pass off of that, the illness and shit. But at the end of the day, bro, he's going to be a legend. And in my head, he's a legendary hustler to the artist. I'm not going to change my thoughts on him just because he passed away. I'm not going to do that.
Like, pay to play is real. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Nah, you're right.
What a lot of people don't understand is that it's a reason why when they had the labels, every artist had a budget because everybody pays. Everybody pays. Even an independent artist. I'm I'm blessed to have my own home studio and everything,
Yeah.
but you gotta invest.
Yeah.
You gotta invest.
That's it. That's it. Let me tell you, I did some decorations, Riders. It is Christmas time. I know this is the
That's
week of
right.
Thanksgiving, but I did some Christmas decorations.
That's what's up.
And I took my neighbor, my old ass neighbor. Shout out to him. He know he old, right? And he is of another culture, okay? And he doesn't understand that none of this came out of nowhere. None of this came out of nowhere. This is years and years of collecting, of checking sales out and stuff like that, blah, blah. At the end result, this is what I want. So what people don't understand is if you're not taking your craft that same way, years of studying, checking things out, finding out what's good or bad for you, the result will remain the same. There's another thing here. People think people will help them for free. Unsigned artists, you gotta understand that is not real. That is not real. As soon as somebody wants to help you for free, it's a wrap. Let me tell you, I have done shows and shows and shows for years and years and years. And I tell you guys right now, and you probably know this, Riders, too. As soon as you put a money on the line, no one fucks with you.
That's true.
As soon as you put money on the line, that shit says $20. That dude want to talk to me for $20? Like, bro, that is the cheapest out there. What are we talking about? These cats that have no following, have a studio that they renting out. They don't own the shit. All this shit, they charging you $1,500 just to shit on you.
Yeah.
Anyways, I want to talk about one more thing real quick. First King, how you feel about Coast to Coast mixtape?
I'm gonna be honest. If you're an artist and you need some show experience, fuck with it. But what I've noticed is that I could bring more people out than them. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I'm bringing out more bodies than them. So I was like, this don't work for me.
The classic pay to perform Coast to Coast mixtapes, I met some of their execs and I was media. I was not an artist. I was media.
Right.
And you have a different perception when you're not the artist.
Exactly, because when you're an artist, you can't see it.
You can't see, yeah.
You can't see it.
You go to these shows, it's usually a legendary venue in that town. So you feel like you made it because, you know, you're performing where so-and-so you looked up to, you idolize has performed that. And
nobody's in the building.
Nobody's there, bro.
Nobody's in the building.
Nobody's in there, bro. It's a whole bunch of people that's just trying to network.
Yeah.
It is.
And I'm going to tell you, if you're an artist and you want to go that route, you need to run ads wherever that show is in that place.
Yeah. You need to bring the people. You need to bring the people. Yeah. Because you're not going to, you're going off of a name that you don't even know if it's popping. I've done a few of those events as media, and it is horrible. Yeah, I feel bad for the person that goes first and the person that goes last all the time.
Yeah, they don't encourage nobody to stay. That's why you gotta run ads so you can have bodies in the building for you, because it's nothing like touching the people.
The legendary one, another one, paying to open up for a major artist.
So,
oh, you did that?
No. I didn't do that.
Oh.
But I know what the model looks like. So the legendary artists, they try to go off of their fame. You pay. Now, if they giving you some type of tickets to sell and you can make your money back or double your money, that's cool. But just paying to think you're gonna be next to somebody that you're not gonna be able to talk to, nah.
Yeah, it's so I've seen that with a lot of people. They'll drop like $1,000 or $3,000, and they can't even get a picture. Sometimes the person don't even come up to perform. They just like a cameo or something.
A lot of artists, a lot of those artists, they'll take the booking and take the money and reschedule the show on some of these promoters. But that promoter gotta live wherever they from. They don't take that into accountability.
The what's crazy is one of these things. Obviously, most of those things that we did talk about was like face to face stuff. Now the online shit is crazy. The online service is crazy. So I'm not trying to knock people back because artists need to get their music on platforms. I get it because you never know when the opportunity is going to hit and somebody's going to ask, is it on Apple? Is it on Spotify? Is it here? Is it on YouTube? But the online service where they are telling you that they will get your songs on film, get you management, all this other stuff. Legendary taxi.com.
Shout out to Taxi.
Shout out to Taxi. They've been put in that list of schemes because of reaching back out. A&Rs is not a real thing unless you are really signed already and they're developing you. But other than that, A&Rs should not be trying to reach out to you or anything like that. It's not artist and recruitment. It's not anything like that, or a supervisor or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So how the online thing is crazy because a lot of people are like they're really searching. They're like, how do I do this? How do I do that? All these things come up. And I know they cover some of this stuff on the podcast. But how do you try to like tell artists like you can't go there. You can't. And we're not trying to like blackball people or something like that because you can't stop it.
One thing that I do try to do in my podcast is like I had the A&R for Shady Records on my platform. I had the CEO of 1RPM on my platform to tell artists what's going on. And this artist that I know, hey, why you ain't try to sign with Eminem? Why you ain't try to get a deal with 1RPM? Like, listen, I gotta do what's right for me. Everything might look good. Nothing against them. We have a mutual understanding. The purpose for me bringing the A&R for Shady Records on there is to tell people this is what we looking for. Hey, and she said, hey, ain't no A&R emailing you. We watch you. We come to your show. We follow your motion. We look at your action. We want to see if you consistent. We know if the numbers is fake or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the CEO of 1RPM, he was saying that like, man, because he managed the Justice League and the Dungeon Family, who are responsible for the production of Outkast and, Goody Mob. And he was just explaining it like, Nobody wants to work, and that's how they get artists. You gotta do the work.
Big shout out to everybody listening. We're just going through some industry stuff. For those who are just like, what the hell are these guys talking about? But these are things like I could tell that Rodis is extremely passionate about to get to unsung artists into their ears because we've experienced some really bad things that are continuing. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. The next thing that I'm gonna talk about, it really will hurt some of my friends' feelings. But the online feedback, okay? We talking about those reaction shows. They get mad views. They playing your song. They either saying it's trash or not. And, even very, very specific artists like T-Pain and DJ Drewski and a whole bunch of people are doing that specifically for feedback that they can't play your whole song, but they'll play it enough to, get your name out. There is a promotional thing that happens there because they do have a backing. They're not really getting thousands of views,
No.
but they're getting enough more than the artist is used to. The independent artist should be getting feedback primarily from their fans. You should not be trying to get. Go ahead.
So the thing is, when you out there on that stage, that's how you can tell the feedback from the reaction when you performing the song. You can see everybody's face. You can see if they engaged or not. You can see if everybody at the bar while you perform on their phone
Everybody
or
in the bar.
whatever it
Yeah.
is.
It's hard. It's hard out there now for them. Everybody on the phone. It's not the same.
But I ain't mean to cut you off because you're right. That is one of those things. But, you got to believe in yourself and you got to have people around you that's going to tell you. If you want to know if you got some good music, play it around some kids, 5 and under. Have a few kids that's like 7 in there so they can tell you, hey, we ain't rocking with that, Uncle T.
There was,
Uncle T, we ain't feeling that.
Yeah, you good, man. You need another job. They will tell you straight up. The honesty is crazy with the kids, man. If you guys are just tuning in, go ahead, my bad.
No, and that's a good thing that you said. So, like with my new album, The Best of Riders, I invited all my critical friends, my hip hop head friends, just regular friends, people that I work with. I put them all in different rooms and mixed them around. And I said, hey, y'all pick 3 songs, y'all pick 3, y'all pick 3, y'all pick 3. And I picked 3. And that's how I came up with the songs.
Nice.
For the album.
Because this album is a compilation of your history.
Right.
The best of Riders.
Mm-hmm.
So big shout out to everybody listening. One more thing about this industry stuff, and then we're gonna move on. Is
Dave, this is much needed, by the way.
Oh yeah, of course. We're here for it. A lot of people don't understand, they got this one-way mentality right now, especially when you're going online and you doom scrolling and things like that. It takes a lot from somebody's, their goals. You in there and you thinking that you popping, you thinking that you got this thing going on. Next thing you know, you go online and somebody's doing something. It's like, damn, I should be doing that. No, you're not. They came across your feed because of a special algorithm, a special thing that you search for. You got to understand the internet. The internet is aimed to make money. It's not meant for you to do whatever. You can get some inspiration. You can go out there and do it, but then just like many, many unsigned artists, and I'm sure Rodis knows that too, that once you figure out that it gets expensive, then you start switching up what it is that you want to do. Next thing you know, you got all this equipment that you don't even know how it works. And because you didn't want to pay the studio guy, right? Or
Yeah.
you sitting there making videos and because you didn't want to pay the director or you could have gotten a college student to do it for free on some film shit so they could do like a project on you so they can get their skills up, because you got to understand, in this industry, regardless of the industry, somebody has to benefit somewhere. If you can get a kid to pull out his camera and do these videos for you, and they take you very, very serious, they like the song and they going in and they'll do it for whatever, you owe it to that kid, not only to like, hey, I know you took some time to do it, here's some bread, right? Or here's a gift card, here's something, right?
That's a life-lasting relationship.
Exactly. Because, at the end of the day, like, they wanted to do it for free for you, and they taking film super serious, and you got a really nice video literally for nothing. And then that motherfucker goes on, that song, that video goes popping. You gave them their breakthrough. They gave you your breakthrough. And then you just move on with it. And you hope the best for each other. Now, the thing is, artists don't want to do stuff like that because they're looking for it really fast. And so when you start looking for things really fast, you start realizing how expensive that really fast is. That turnaround is not going to be 2 or 3. That's why they tell you all the time, if you're going to pull out a single, if you're going to pull out an album, a single 30 days. Okay? If you don't think that that's real, most of the artists that I talk to right now that have singles that have been successful have literally said they spent 30 days filming shit so they can post that shit online for the next 30 days about that song. And most of the time, they already got that shit automated. So if they took a film here, a film there, weather changing here, weather changing there, this, that, and you thinking they doing a whole bunch of stuff? No, they literally crafted that situation. So all those guys and girls that are out there doing successful online stuff, they went outside. They went outside to do their, this is what's working. This is what's going on. They didn't make that yesterday. They did not make that yesterday. They made that shit 30 days ago, and they took the time to realize what's going on the internet to post it at a specific time, a specific day, a specific this, a specific that. That's called doing your homework. So just like the internet, and just like what we were saying with the people outside, you have to take your time to realize what's really going on, because you might be late.
Yeah, the internet got people desensitized. So they can't trust their instincts.
Yes.
Like, even with podcasting and doing radio, it's a lot of work.
It definitely is.
Being an independent artist, it's a lot of work. If you lazy, don't be an artist. If you lazy, don't be a podcaster. Consistency is the key, and a calendar is your friend.
Shout out to the calendars, yo.
Shout out to the calendar. I still write stuff down.
Yo,
man.
for real, yo. I got it right here, bro. Let me tell you.
Hey, I got my.
It's not because we owe. It's just because if it's not written,
it's better. Yeah.
If it's not written in stone, you know what I mean? It's not meant. I'm telling you, these people be out here thinking we crazy.
The book says write things down, Dan. That's what the book say. Write things down.
So let's good. Shout out. Okay, no more industry rant, because the music business is consistently like flux. Streaming, the attention spans, everything that we talking about, social media. How do you stay relevant and authentic without compromising?
I know who I am, and it's sad that a lot of people don't know who they are. You running around chasing and trying to be somebody else, and who you are is the most important thing. self-identity. If you know who you are, you know what's for you, you know what works for you, do you. So I don't follow what nobody else do. I do what works for me, and I just listen to my soul, and I make music. That's it.
When you
I
look
don't
at
follow no trends. I
yeah,
do the work.
yeah,
You know?
that's what I was trying to get into, because sometimes, especially somebody who has a podcast, obviously, you have guests, you have these situations where you're trying to talk about specific topics, and you get specific people who are, you know, experiencing that. When you look at younger artists in the underground, what do you see them doing right, and then what do you try to like caution them against? I know we talked about a little bit about that stuff, but some artists are doing it right.
Yeah. So one thing about these young artists, shout out to the young artists. It's a lot of them that's really good, and they get into the bag, and then all I would say is like the whole entourage thing. When you get booked for a show in another state or another town, whatever whatever is in your music, that element is gonna be at your show. If you don't got no security or no bodyguards, they flooding your Sprinter van. After the show, they gonna see what you about.
I know you saying that as a Chi-Town resident and a Chi-Town artist, because them young boys have, man, them RIPs are
I
listed
know.
on
Yeah,
Chi-Town artists. You
yeah.
are 100%. They coming out with the drill shit, and they go somewhere else, and they expecting like, like I think because
It
of
ain't where you from, it's where you at.
mm, mm,
And sometimes where you from, it'll keep you alive.
true that.
Like one time I was in Cali. Shout out to Cali, Oceanside, San Diego, and shout out to my boy Uncle Dolomite and
Ooh,
my
Dolomite,
homegirl.
oh,
Yeah,
stop
Dolomite, my
playing.
man. Uncle Dolomite, my man. Yeah.
Oh.
And shout out to Mags from the Wood Pussy Monologues. But I was in Cali one time at Oceanside. I had on the whole Bulls, red shorts,
Oh
red
oh
jersey,
no, on the west
black
side.
black gym shoes on the west side.
Dang.
So I was fit to get on a bus, and some Crips, they pulled up on me like, hey, you wet than a motherfucker with that shit on, homie.
Mm.
So I told him like, yo, I understand that, the game culture is real, but I ain't on that. Better get on this bus, and that's what it is. So they told me like, look here, Chi-Town, that's cool, but look, you can't wear this. You out of order. I was like, okay. It was like you could wear black, you could wear white, you could wear regular clothes, but Chi-Town, come on, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
And I understood that. And I told him, like, hey, I don't mean no disrespect, but I'm finna get on this bus. And they was like, all right, we're gonna wait here and make sure you get on the bus. And they did, and I appreciate that.
Oh my god! Shout out to the west side, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Going on 50 years of this shit. I swear.
Hip hop.
Oh my god! Big shout out to everybody listening. We got Rodis. He's here talking to us. Past,
Yes,
present,
sir.
future stuff. Of course, we kind of trying to look out for those young artists at the same time. Your website, and of course, the music. You offer physical music,
Yes.
books. You got merch in there.
Yeah.
The tangible culture. Why is that important in this digital era, though?
So for those who may not know, streaming pays no money unless you have a body of work. If you're not getting 4 million plays a month, you're not making no money. 1 million streams is $4,000. And the average independent artist, they're not even making 1 million streams. I don't understand. I do understand and I don't, but why would you send somebody somewhere where it's not beneficial to you? Now me, I like to have my music on the streaming platforms so it'll be there forever. So my grandkids, kids, and everything, they could say, "Let me see what my grandpa sound like, or let me go see what this person sound like." But I use it for analytics mainly. The analytics
Yeah.
and the streaming, it helps. But here's the thing. You must have some type of physical merchandise because people still buy vinyl.
Yeah.
People still buy CDs,
I definitely buy merch.
but it's not accessible. When I go to the shows, people be happy to see me with my merch. T-shirt, vinyl, CD, poster, $100.
They ask for that shit too.
They ask for it.
They
And
ask for
then
it. Yeah.
and then to be out on the road and don't have nothing against somebody, that's not a good look.
So I want to touch on the streamer thing because a lot of people are like forgetting the paid subscriptions are what get you, but there's not everybody's gonna pay for you. Okay, so not everybody's gonna pay for you. So let's get that out of the way. For those that are unsigned artists, currently 2025 on Spotify, one play is 0.003 cents.
0.003. He's right.
So a premium streams pay more. Okay, so you have to buy your way to be a premium user. Okay. Streams must be at least 30 seconds. Spotify requires a minimum threshold of 1,000 annual streams for a track to trigger royalty payments. Do you understand what I just said? 1,000 annual streams. So you have to average out 1,000 streams for a track the whole year. So just to let people know. So if you go to your Spotify and it says 200 monthly listeners, that's your average for that month, right? You go to the next month, it's going to drop, it'll come back up, but if it's still at 200, you still haven't met Spotify's threshold because you're at 200, because your average is for 2 months, 200. You get an outburst of 10,000. Something pops off in March. You good. Oh, shit, we popping. Okay. Average that out. I'm not going to do the math, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's still not 1,000 because those 200 are dropping that average down. So let's keep that in mind. So Apple Music, they pay a little bit more. YouTube definitely has the bigger thing, but check these restrictions. You have to have a monetized video. So now you got to clear. You have to clear YouTube has been revolutionary and innovation on those things. If you can't clear a track on YouTube, you might as well not try anywhere else. Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to have a monetized video. And
YouTube moved the goalposts a lot. Shout out to Hassan Campbell.
The official channel and the premium streams do better. So again, if you're a premium user, obviously you're a paid user, so you're gonna get that user-generated content. Okay, you have to have some sort of ads. So something after the song has to happen. Okay, and what region you're at, because if you're at a certain region, there's a possibility they ain't even going to pay you. So
exactly.
It's so crazy, these restrictions, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, we popping. And then, people buy views and all these numbers and all this other stuff. Like, that's not going to make sense because at the end of the day, if you're trying to get those numbers on YouTube, You trying to get bread. You're not out there to show people that you popping. You should just be popping. Just create good music and move the fuck on.
Yeah, and then free game right here. Play your music and your stories. Put the link to your website where you're selling your merch. If they like the song, 9 times out of 10, the people are coming by.
This is true. This is how I found so many other artists. This is how I found artists. And I'll reach out and I'll look at their numbers and be like, are they even reachable? Because
Exactly. So look, now people, those numbers, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 hits on your website is very much more beneficial than sending somebody to a place where you benefit nothing.
so I say this sometimes, and I've been saying this for years. Facebook.com/your name belongs to Facebook.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And these platforms can cancel you anytime they want. They cannot cancel your website.
And that is rodesonline.net. If you guys want to know, RODES online.net.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys go there. Yo, creativity and hustle is basically what we're talking about. Because they clash. Sometimes people's egos get in the way. Some things are not meant for you. Some people are not actors. Some people don't like being on the camera. How do you maintain your creative well-being and stay inspired and avoid burnout? Because the grind is crazy on this time frame.
Yeah, man. So what I tell people is, like, even if you got a regular job, don't quit your day job. But the thing is, work the job. Don't let the job work you. The easiest part about
Bro,
all
if
of
you
this,
saying stop. That reminds me of some stupid ass shit I saw. Okay.
the easiest part about this is making the music.
That don't love your job your love. You seen that stupid ass shit?
Yeah, that's real.
But wait, explain that, because I don't
So like I'm a high school math teacher, right?
Okay.
Everybody done had bad teachers, but it's all how they lay it out to you, you know? So I had a couple of kids in the class, Mr. Hunt, I don't get this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. So I'm teaching them algebra trig, right? I said, look, the problem is just clothes. Just put the outfit together. Once you learn how to dress yourself, you just put the pieces together. Show me. And I show them, and they like, thank you, I got it. You know?
Shout out to my high school.
Huh?
Shout out to you being a high school teacher.
Yeah.
Like, how you snuck that in? How you snuck that in?
Yeah.
How is shout out to all the work that you do as a high school teacher, because man, and are you a teacher in Chicago too?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
so I sub teach. That's what I do.
I mean, yeah, today a day off, but at the end of the day, you still go in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, for these kids, which is different.
I appreciate. I can identify with them. You know.
Yeah, that is so dope, man. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a whole fuck these kids kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I understand exactly.
I can't do it, bro.
What you saying?
Oh my God, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
It's a new breed, man. They got a lot going on. It's not enough going on, you know?
Rodis, I appreciate you chilling and talking to us. And we opened it up on the passions that we have for the unsigned and of this thing. This album is out there, and you and your peoples has gathered such a playlist to identify not only the songs that were hits, songs that got with people, but your story. Because I'm trying to figure out this artwork, and you come in and you obviously have lost your headline, and and
that's my dad right there.
oh, that's Pop Dukes. Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, ain't no way.
Yeah, that's my dad.
Oh man. And why dad as your?
So I'm actually the fourth Riders.
Oh, okay.
You know. So on my album cover, Riders, I got my dad and my granddad, which is Riders the third and Riders the second. So I'm Riders the fourth. So since I came from my dad, I'm the best of Riders. I'm the best of the Riders, I think.
Oh man, that's pretty dope.
I'm working on some new music, man. It's crazy.
I mean, music against, competition against these young boys.
See, here's the thing. It's no competition, just me.
Nice.
You your own competition. Check the man in the mirror so your vision is clear.
Finally, let me ask. If you had like a message that you wanted listeners, and I'm talking to, we talking to the audience, to walk away about something about you who, as an artist and human, what would it be?
Don't lose yourself in this climate. Always remember who you are and stay true to yourself and stay motivated. Unplug from social media for a week. Spend some time with yourself. Learn to love yourself. So when you come back, you'll know what it is. That's it.
Rodis, thank you so much for talking to us, going off topic, but really on topic, because these are things that I'm sure that you speak about in your podcast, which is Rodis Live. You could guys check out the Rodis Live podcast, man. Stop playing. You see he's in the studio right now. Stop playing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Thank you so much for coming through, sharing your story for our listeners. Shout out to Wifey, she made the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Anytime.
Jody made the podcast, bro. She was like, "Wait, these kids outside can't deal with." I was like, "What?" And for our listeners, if you just heard one of the real ones, man, digging deep, staying independent, and staying true. Keep your ears open for what's next from Rodis. Check out his work. Support the movement. I'm Traffic Light from QSJ Radio's MadLuh, digging up the underground. Rodis, man, thank you so much, man. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. The best of Rodis, December 19th, everywhere.
Let's go. And if you guys do, yes, go to Spotify, go everywhere. Everything is there. The preview's there. The pre-sale is there. Everything is ready to go. Rodis, we'll talk soon, and you have a great day.
Yes, sir. Peace.